Magnifico.
Drifting through the moonlight, soft falling snow. Its beauty is stunning. My heart is aglow. Walking through the woodlands, the soft forest floor, echoes of wonder I've grown to adore. A voice heard in silence, calling your name. Ghost of the past, where hope is to blame. Unravel the truth, rolling in on a wave. Seek me in the moonlight, you're the breath I save. For life is a moment, let love make it last. Under the cover of darkness, you can bury the past. Voice heard in silence, calling your name. The ghost of the past, where love is to blame.
Good day. It is me, the Drizzle. And I'm here to tell you that you are not alone. I'm right here. And as always, I've come to give you some information. And turns out the new glasses give me glowing eyes. So we'll just ditch those for now. So, it has been an interesting week. We have certainly taken some interesting steps. This week, more than likely, just going to be a quick update, kind of give you an idea of where we've been. Not a lot to talk about, and nobody to interview, and no real subjects this week. So just going to give you pardon me. Essentially, we discussed last week the idea of me using clinical ketamine as a potential treatment option for my epilepsy. Oh man! Unfortunately, it turned out the means were not available. We'll just put it that way. It was a little more than what they had presented in their advertising. In fact, about 3 times more. And in our current scenario, it was not a realistic idea to spend all our money on driving back and forth to Myrtle Beach for something that may or may not work. So we decided to wait. Didn't mean it's a no, didn't mean it's a yes, just means it just didn't happen this time. We really wanted to give it a shot. It just, once we got down there and they filled us in on how much it actually was, it was just, we just didn't have it. The fact we are trying to build a house back together, we bought a house, I tore everything out, and then my health went crazy. So we have an unfinished house that's gutted down to the framing, and that's more important. So we decided to hold off on the treatment for now. And decided just to get some different therapy. And being that we were in South Carolina, there's always the excitement stores down there. They always have the fireworks stores and everything down there to replenish our supplies when we get low. So we spent the money that was supposed to be for one therapy session basically on an evening of fun. So we've got that prepared. We're just waiting until we get to a certain point over at the house, and hopefully we can have a nice little party and enjoy our new home finally here soon. Hopefully, it's been tough because trying to find somebody to take my place. I may not look like much, and I try everything I can not to be a braggart or a show off. I was good at that as a kid. I try to be more humble these days. It seems to get you a lot further than letting your ego and self-view, self-worth be determined based off of how you accomplish things in relation to other people. That's insanity. And it seems to be quite a familiar way for things to go these days. But we're just trying to keep our heads above water right now, and this will be a good choice for now. Luckily, we had to find somebody who could keep up. Unfortunately, in the industry that I'm in, it's hard to find people that will not only show up and work, but will continue to show up and work, will show up and do the work properly, will show up when they say they're going to show up. I mean, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare trying to find people to keep up. I mean, most people come and they start working for me and they make it a day or two. They realize how hard the work actually is and they quit. I mean, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. We pay well. We take care of people. We always feed our employees. We always make sure they're housed and clothed, and if they need something, we help them out. It's always been like that. We try to always be there for our employees, but that's not enough for some people. Unfortunately, we've been trying to find somebody to essentially be almost like the foreman on the job. Well, couldn't find that person.
A lot of people come up and say that they were going to be that person.
Yeah, a lot of people say that they know how to do everything, and a lot of people try to explain to me how to do my job and tell me how I'm supposed to do things, even though I've got over 20 years of experience and know exactly what I'm talking about. We've had a lot of people just kind of coming up and claiming to be things and turning out to not. So, when you're already having all the struggles with your health, like I am, and just trying to keep things on track, and you can't count on anybody, and that makes it tough. It makes it really tough because when you do have a disability, you're almost a burden to people. And it feels like that. It does. Like your friends, your family, the people around you, they don't want to be around you. They don't want to be around you because they worry. They're scared. They're scared something's going to happen. They're going to be around when something happens and they won't be able to do anything about it. We'll ask them for a favor. And it's funny because if anytime anybody asks me for a favor, they have no problem asking the disabled guy who struggles every day of his life. Nobody ever has a problem asking me for help, but whenever it's the shoes on the other foot, it's hard to find people that are willing to not just step up, but eye for an eye. Even I guess I come from an area where bartering of services is still a very big deal. Like, not everybody has a lot of money, so if I say, here, I'll toss your roof on for you if you do the electric at this property, that happens. Hey, I don't need to be able to. I don't want to have to spend $8,000 on this right now. If I plow your road for you for the winter, will you do this for me over the winter? Yeah, of course.
Just like with our neighbor, you've already got to agree to do his trees and.
Yeah, our neighbor across the street is about to fix our lawnmower that we can't even get the company that made it to fix it. And he's another guy. He's similar to me. He's from the same area, sort of. Just a little bit further out, but
From Pennsylvania?
He's from down by Maryland and New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
So he's just on the other corner of the state. And he when I explained, hey man, I'll cut down your trees and dig those stumps out real quick with the backhoe, and you fix my motors and stuff for me on a couple of my lawnmowers, get some of my stuff running for me properly, we'll call it good. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not trying to pay somebody thousands of dollars to fix a machine that really probably only worth a few $1,000s. I mean, it's once again, you have to make rational decisions based off of what life hands you.
Well, not only that, but the job that you're doing for him is like a $1,000 job.
$1,000. Heck, it's if I showed up and you said, here, I have 38 trees that need to come down, and we need to cut in for a 20 by 15 pad. We need to cut out, backhoe out all the stumps, fill, build a box, build the frame for the concrete pad, and then you got to put your gravel down, you got to put your plastic down, you got to get your rods into the ground, you got to make sure you have everything set for if you're going to have a building on it, you got to be able to have something to tie into, so you got to put your building ties down in right then. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into this. And so when I do a job like that, I mean, you can figure $250 a tree, at say 40 trees, 250 times 4, that's about 10 grand. That's 10 grand. Just, just pissing around doing the basic stuff. I mean, that's getting the trees cut down, and that's before I even start digging and all this. But you know what? He's gonna get a $15,000 to $17,000 job.
He's gonna fix a couple of pieces.
He's gonna fix my equipment. It's gonna take me a few hours. It's gonna take him a few hours. We're all gonna be happy. We're all gonna be happy. That's as close to mutual aid as I've got, because it's not like I have money to give to people. I haven't worked in months, so this is my way.
Barter, trade.
To barter and trade. Well, I didn't have any people left to call around here, really, that I can trust, have faith that they were going to be here. And so we reached out to somebody who's been there a few times, but struggles, has their own life, has their own struggles, has their own problems. I'm not going to hold that against them. I'm not going to not care about somebody just because I'm not satisfied with the way they decide to live their life. It's not my life. Now, if you bring your life into mine and it affects mine, well, then it is my life.
We're libertarians.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hardly. But this gentleman that we reached out to is a lifetime friend, and as of yesterday, he's decided that he is going to come on and be my second on this project for the next 2 months. So he's been hired to be my guy, to be my man, to help me get this done. And the amount of, we worked about 2.5 hours yesterday, and we worked 5.5 hours today, and maybe in 8 hours of work, we've accomplished everything that I've been trying to get people to come and help me do. And I said, I can't be on ladders. I can't hold the tools very well. I get lost. Sometimes I'll be talking and just space out. I'll be holding tools and just drop the tools and just be in a focal loop, and I can't do anything about it. Especially when I can see that something's happening. I gotta just kind of just like move off to the side and hide for a second. But this person knows me, and they're not scared. You don't have to be scared to be around somebody who's disabled. You don't have to. He was worried. He's like, man, I don't want to be here alone by myself. If something happens to you, like, bro, nobody's counting on you for anything. And I've never died, so I'm not gonna die. So if something happens, my wife. It's not like you wouldn't feel comfortable calling her. If something happens, nobody expecting anything of you. If you see me going down, help me not die. You're like, all right, fair enough. That's confidence. That's care. That's love. That's my friend. Am I happy with the life decisions he's made? No. Like I said, it's not my life. It's not my decision. It's not my place. My place is to try and figure out how to get my health under control and how to get my family's ordeals in order, how to keep being the man that I know I can be, even with a disability, because I'm not going to let it hold me back. I'm not going to allow a disease to win. I don't know what that means, but I refuse to lose. As corny as that sounds, I refuse. I refuse to be a victim of my disability. And a lot of days, it's hard for people to they see how able I am, and it's hard for them to understand that I'm disabled. It's easy to overlook. It's easy to say, to hell with this guy. Look, he builds houses. He's fine. He can't work, but he can play the guitar. I've heard this. Since I've been sitting on my butt at home, hurting in every bit of my soul because I can't work or skateboard.
What? Just because you're disabled, you're not allowed to live any type of.
I'm not allowed to do anything. You have to. You're supposed
to
to just be heartbroken, depressed, and sad, and unmotivated, and sit around and cry and be depressed. That's all I'm allowed to be. And anytime that I do something where I'm successful at things, I swear you would think people would be like, "Hey, man, good for you. I can tell that took a lot. It took a lot for you to be able to accomplish that, more than what it would take most people." That's not what I get. Most people just like being able to say, oh, well, let me build my ego by putting this guy down. And if that sounds like I'm being facetious, there's many examples.
That's a low road to stroll down.
It's a very low road. And unfortunately, we're finding a lot of this lately. A lot. Very often. Happened last night. I mean, it's... People don't want to see me be successful. They want to see me failing so that they can feel bad for me, so they can feel good about themselves. That's not how the world works. I don't let my adversity win. I overcome. How? By being motivated, by being strong, and not lying to myself and being genuine when I say we are all stronger together. I'm an epilepsy warrior. I stand with fellow people who have epilepsy every day. Not kinda. And you get into the support groups, it's just like going to an AA meeting. It's not about, oh, I need to better my life or be a better person. It's all about who's got the biggest horror story, you know, like who's been through the worst, who's been in the dumps the deepest. Like, what doesn't fucking matter? Doesn't matter. It's not relevant. Helping those around you, taking the time to recognize that we all have our own struggles, our own battles, our own problems. And the easiest way for us to all get through them is to be there for each other, to care about each other, to love each other as humans. As simple as that. Regardless of any factor. What's the word I'm looking for? Adversity was a good word, but that's not the one I'm thinking of. Just different things that come up.
Simplify it.
That's what I'm trying to do. All right, just we have the ability to accomplish goals, and it's a lot easier to accomplish goals together.
One day it could be you.
One day it could be you. When I was 21 years old, I was high and mighty. Getting great grades in school. Had the party house. People loved me. You know, I thought I was as cool as it came. Never thought there was ever going to be a problem. When I woke up in that hospital the first time, I didn't even understand what was going on. It was many years. It took a lot of hindsight, a lot of deliberation to be able to get to where I'm at. I always push myself harder than I should. And I expect a lot of other people too. And I'm very, very terse, very coarse, very stern sometimes. Very honest. It gets me into trouble sometimes. But the problem is that there's people out there that are looking for problems. They live for problems. They love problems. They're everything. And I'm not even trying to exaggerate. They live for problems. And if they can drag you into them as well, they will. Because like I said, we're all stronger together. And you know what? Those at the bottom feel a lot better when they can drag a few people with them down to the bottom. Don't get dragged to the bottom. Recognize what it is you want. Set goals and accomplish them. Because even trying to accomplish your goal is accomplishing your goal. And you're going to encounter people who will have similar goals to you. But that doesn't mean that they won't try to sabotage you as well. I associate with people daily. I'll have the same battle with somebody for a long time. And eventually they'll get one good point in, and it'll change the way everybody looks at everything that's ever been said, and they'll forget about everything that's ever been said. Because they want to be on the side of the right, not on the side of hindsight. That's how we get wrapped up in these weird political tie-ups, these weird religious battles, these prejudices that people carry against each other for whatever it is. Because apparently people are perfect and everybody's better than everybody.
People get propagated into believing certain things because of the television tells them to.
That's it. All the time. The person that makes them feel most comfortable tells them some bullshit, and they carry that bullshit along with them. And they want to drag you into that bullshit. Because when people agree with you, you feel more comfortable. In epilepsy, it's easy. Because you can go into these groups and you can see we're all the same. There's a reason why the show is called What Do You Know You're Not Alone? It's because you're not. I mean, go back and watch the episode with artist Zach Beckemeyer. Listen to his story. When my wife was overhearing him and I talk before we did the show, she goes, "Is he talking? Is that you talking, or is that his story? I'm confused." She's like, "I really can't tell. Are you guys talking about you or him?" That's how close the story was. First seizure happened in Long Beach, 21 years old. Had never had one before, didn't know anything about it, started getting worse, different steps. I mean, he's basically just the same story, only he went along with the surgeries. When they said it was time to pull parts of his brain out, he said yeah, and I said no. When they said, "Here, we want to put something in your brain," I said, "Prove to me that I need it," and they couldn't. And then they just said, "No, you're too far gone. Try a vagus nerve stimulator instead." Okay, so he researched that. Guess what? I'm not even a candidate. I don't even know why they even sent me down there for the referral. I mean, I'm going to keep my referral appointment, but what am I going to do? Say, "Here, I wasn't a candidate for all the other things. Let me go backwards and look at something that has very little clinical proof to even work for what I have, in which they don't even know what I have."
I think the whole idea that they don't know what you have is the most
crucial point.
The biggest question of all questions. But most people, they don't know what they have. So it's even when they took a portion of Zach's brain out, they didn't know what he had.
He doesn't have a diagnosis.
He never had a lesion. He never had a tumor. He was just like you. He just had generalized epilepsy.
Mm-hmm.
So they just took out a portion of his left temporal lobe in hopes that it would stop him from having seizures.
It wasn't his temporal lobe.
I thought it was.
Well, I thought he had something else. I thought this one was the temporal lobe. The second one was the temporal lobe, and then now this one is the one that's going into the right.
Of his brain.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
Well, the regional nerve stimulator has a huge success rate because they can put as many prods.
Yeah, now that they're learning how to put it into more. Originally, they only put it in 4 at the max.
Now they're doing 6.
Now they're doing 6. And they're saying that if they need to, they can hook it up to your entire brain. They just have not been approved for it yet.
There's a study going on right now for a product that's already on the market for dementia and Parkinson's. And they've found that it's been helpful in people with epilepsy. There's a trial going on right now for that device. It's similar to the regional nerve stimulator, except it's kind of like a cross between the vagus nerve stimulator and the regional nerve stimulator combined.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's other studies going on right now.
I mean, even Neuralink, and not everybody's a fan of Elon, but I mean, they're making a product right now that has paraplegics, not quadriplegics. They're working on that. That's the one that they're going for next, but they just got the approval. They've made people whose arms don't work. They made people who can't use their arms move their arms and use their hands and relearn how to use their body by implanting stuff. That's different. That's changing things. That's operating you. That's making you be able to do things you were not able to do. What we're trying to do is stop my body from doing something it's not supposed to be doing. And like so many others, we have not found a solution that has worked.
I did want to mention, though, that there is a ketamine study going on right now up at Mount Sinai.
Yeah, if you
live in the New York City area and you have epilepsy and you're interested in learning about it.
It's over here if you're going to talk. So you don't sound like you're down a hallway.
I said if you have epilepsy and you live in New York City area and you want to become a patient in the trial for ketamine, there is a study going on right now. They're enrolling, and it's I actually contacted the study coordinator to see if Drew could get in, and they told me that he had to be a patient at Mount Sinai, and the first few visits had to be in person at Mount Sinai Medical Center, which
yeah, once again, we didn't have the money to go down to Myrtle Beach. We definitely don't have the money to go to
Mount
Sinai.
It's like a 10-hour drive for us to go to New York City, so not really in the cards, but I have to assume if one person's doing a study on it, then there's going to be other studies going on here soon. So I'm just hoping that it gets closer to our area.
Yeah, it'll push its way to us.
But a lot of the time they have virtual trials, so that's kind of what I was hoping. And I was going to push back on the study coordinator and just say, hey, like, you guys take virtual patients. Why couldn't he have a virtual visit and then just do all of his blood work and EEGs here in Wilmington? But I don't know, just more efforts, but I'm just going to keep looking. In the process, I found that one study for that device for dementia that's they're now using for epilepsy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hopefully it'll turn into something. Hopefully we're always moving forward. And as long as the people at the top stop trying to move us backwards and cancel us out and reset us or whatever the hell it is they're trying to do. Or let's all have a fight over things that are made up, that we made up. Maybe we can shoot nuclear bombs at each other. It'll be great. We'll all have fun. We'll all hide in our underground bunkers. Sounds like a blast. Apparently that makes sense to psychos.
Ooh, this guy looks super cool.
Regardless, we didn't get to do the treatment, so we're gonna light off a bunch of fireworks, and it's gonna make me feel better. In the meantime,
And work on the house.
And for now, we're gonna work on the house, and I've got somebody I can trust that has been there for me many, many times, and I've always tried to be there for as well.
Yeah, he let us sleep on his
when
couch
we were homeless. Yeah, when we were homeless, we lived on his couch for a little while until I messed that up. And then he's came and lived with me when I lived in Vermont. He lived with me. I mean, he's
like family.
He's family. We call him uncle. My
Yeah,
kids
our
call him uncle.
Uncle.
So I mean, he's family, and so hopefully he can get his head in order and figure out his problems, because he's in rough shape too. He needs help too. So maybe just coming and hanging out and being part of the family, he can get himself in order and keep himself on track and help us get the house done and help us get our family back in order. And even if it's help him keep himself together for a few months, just so he can try and get his head back to normal, whatever that is. I mean, him and I were talking today. We don't, like, I just want to feel normal. And I said, well, what the hell is that? Fair. Like, what is normal?
Life's not perfect, but
Nothing's perfect.
every struggle leads into a different struggle. You just have to be willing to fight each battle as it comes.
Take things as wisdom, not as curse.
Like right now, I'm thinking that our biggest struggle right now is getting this house done. And once we get the house done, there's going to be another struggle.
There'll be a new one.
I
still need to keep my health in order. We still have kids that are growing up that are going to have their own problems. Our oldest is about to be a teenager here in the next couple of years. It's like we're gonna have our problems. They're always gonna be
problems.
So just gotta be prepared.
Some things are out of your control, though. I've had to relinquish control to the higher power, the universe.
The universe wins occasionally, and there's nothing you can do about it.
The aliens.
So, I mean, at this point, when I went to my my memory coach this week, it was my final week. We ended up doing it on a different day because I was planning on not being able to function properly by the time my normal meeting time came around. So just in case I wasn't in the right mind, we changed the day. Didn't even need to. And
but it was your last meeting.
But it was my last meeting. They'll do a checkup on me. But essentially, we came up with a good list. We spent an hour just, what of those techniques, what of those techniques helped us, helped me through these struggles lately? Like, what things in these workbooks and these discussions and these different things, what worked? What helped, and how did it help? And how can I use it going forward? And so I'm not a big therapy guy. I'm not the guy who's going to go see a shrink once a week or even once a month or anything. I've read the DSM, a few of them, and I'm not a huge fan of everything in it. I know how to make my own decisions. I know how to read. I know how to decide whether I want to do something. Well, this was something I wanted, and it felt like I was accomplishing a goal. It wasn't just...
That's the first thing they say when you sign up for hopscotch is you have to want to do this. Like, you can't make your family member, partner do it on their own.
Yeah, it's you. It's all you. But they help with my memory. We help work on things like getting out of letting myself get too worked up to be able to make good decisions in high concern moments. Ways to meditate, essentially. I mean, to truly stop, shut down, breathe, look at problems, determine what's the problem, determine what will solve it, and then consciously making the effort to stop the problem, to make the problem, to alleviate the problem, so that you can move on with the real goal. Sometimes you got to write yourself some small goals to get through the big goals. And this hopscotch program helped me immensely, and it's going to help me immensely in the future to make sure I'm getting through these goals. And if you have memory issues, if you have epilepsy, if you have dementia, if you have different things that are causing, reach out to them. They have studies going for all kinds of different things. Maybe you're qualified for it. And it's only a few weeks. It's an hour a week.
They'll pay you.
They'll pay you. You need a few bucks. I mean, we've spoken about it on this podcast a few times. You know, what's the site, medicalresearch.gov or
Clinical trials.
clinicaltrials.gov. Hey, Vicky.
Yeah, it's a good way to earn some money. And I mean, not all trials are medicine based. Like, there's a lot of the observational trials. So you don't have to necessarily take a pill.
Yeah, you might not even have to take anything. They just want to know how you work so they can determine what things they need to look for when they do research making a medicine. I mean, there's a lot of steps involved in creating pharmaceuticals. And though I'm not a fan of pharmaceuticals, because once they figure out what those are, then they add in a bunch of other weird stuff that doesn't belong in there. And then they let other companies buy the product, buy the patent, and they add their weird shit into it.
Everything's a business is what it comes down to. Even people are a business. So, I mean, as much as you want to believe that it's for humanity, it's definitely for profit. But at the same time, it doesn't mean it's not for good, you know. It costs billions of dollars to run a clinical trial. They have to know whether or not what they're putting their money into is going to be worthwhile. Why would you start a business if you didn't know you were going to make money?
Yeah. And unfortunately, if you're not making money, you can't continue to do things like that, because if not, then you have to convince the government to pay for it. Then if you convince the government to pay for it, well, then they have to tell the people, well, now you're in charge of paying for it, because the government isn't a real thing. It's something that we've created and all believe it to be the way, truth, and the light, and we all just do what they say because we said that they're the.
That's why people believe that Social Security is a retirement plan. Social Security was never intended to be a retirement plan.
It's probably never going to be around by the time we get there. So, I mean, we're paying into it. I have been since I was 11 years old, and yet I'm probably never going to get it. Our debt raises all the time, so it's not like that's a realistic thing to believe. So what else was I?
Shout out to your hopscotch coach. She was pretty awesome.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I'll call her Betty. Betty was awesome.
Yeah. Gertrude. No, I don't know.
She was super patient and kind.
Sam, what else was there? What else did we have that happened this week that
called about you going and getting your skin looked at, but I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Nah, nobody cares about that. I was just saying it right before we started, though. It's the thing. Just me being a space cadet. Man, my broken brain. We were talking at the beginning.
The beginning of the episode?
Before we started, I said what I was going to talk about. And what have we been dealing with this week? Sorry, my head is... I worked, and it took everything I had, every bit of my being to accomplish what I did over the last 2 days, and it was...
I ripped a whole deck apart.
Yeah, Lala and I knocked the rest of that whole deck apart and dragged it away with the tractor and
got some exercise and some sun.
Yeah,
Felt good.
Got a couple windows in. So we're making progress. We're accomplishing things.
I'll be excited when we get to have your backdrop be our back patio area.
Yeah, right. Like, imagine when I can just like take a walk down and just sit down at the water.
Use your little Google extender thingy that you got.
Yeah. Just walk it with me. But it's nice. It's nice to come to a point where I don't feel so in a hole. All we needed was a little bit of help. All we needed was a little bit of
Who
help.
knew it was gonna be
The one
Who it
person
was.
the one person that we weren't sure if was ever going to be able to get their stuff in order. And once again, it's the one person we've been able to count on somehow. How many times through the years has it been the one person you don't?
Yeah, but you guys have similar struggles. Like both lost your dads.
Yeah.
Both getting debilitated and old.
There was something else though. There was something that I was trying to remember, and hey,
Hmm?
there you go.
What?
Did the kids stay with you?
No, I put it in your room.
Oh, right. Well, let's see what hopscotch. What was the other thing I was going to talk about?
I don't know.
This is really bumming me out because you're the only person that would ever remember. The only other person that would be helpful for that.
Don't blame me. Not my fault.
Nah, it's been weird. It's been weird. It's been interesting. But as always, we've stayed successful. We have not allowed.
Yeah, I would go back to being homeless. That's fine.
Yeah, homeless wasn't all that bad.
Homeless is
A
easy.
lot less to worry about. Although we didn't
People
have
think
kids
I'm
then.
joking, but I mean I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Like being homeless is like the easiest thing ever.
Yeah. Don't have anything to have to worry about really. So we've had some things moving forward. A bit feeling like we've moved back here and there, but we keep making it.
Pretty soon we're gonna be in our house.
Yeah, I'm saying we always make it. We always continue to push forward. We always continue to not let the world beat us. I refuse to be defeated. And if I can help others avoid defeat, I'm here. I'm right here. What do you know? You're not alone.
Were you going to talk about Zach and how he got out of surgery or anything?
Well, I think I'm going to hold off on that until he can come on and talk about it himself. I mean,
you want to just give a quick update?
Yeah, I will. We'll let everybody know that Zach did come out of surgery. It was a success, as far as I know. He's been discharged. He's back home, and we have spoke to him. He was sore, but he said every day he feels a little bit better, and he's really got high hopes. He's really hoping that things work out. And so we're really holding high hopes for him. So
I'm excited for him.
Yeah. If you haven't looked it up,
check out
ZJBArts.com. Is that what it was? We're not on my stream, or else I just hit it on that banner thing. But we're very glad to know that he's doing well. He's doing well. He's doing well. So we're gonna really hope that this works out for him, because he's done all the things that I said no to, basically. And so we want nothing but success for him.
ZJB Arts.
ZJBarts.com.
Oh, wait. No, sorry, wrong person. I'll find it. Hold on.
Hey, SFT. Good to see you. So I figure this week we're probably gonna end it here at the hour mark. We got about 10 more minutes. just want everybody to know. I kind of jumped in today, but keep in mind, there's 3.4 million. Oh, I remember. That's how good my brain works. There's 3.4, 3.5 million of us here in the country. We're not alone. And I want you to know that I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a psychologist, therapist, none of it. I probably can't take your blood pressure properly. What I can do is be here for you, to give you the information that we find, the stuff that we kept coming across and then learning, like, wait, how come we've never heard this before? How can we have not heard this? Are we the only ones? Are we the only ones that didn't know this stuff? No, we're not. When I say you are not alone, I mean you're not alone. We are. There's so many of us out there that just don't know. Nobody told us. In fact, you go into the doctor's offices so many times and they say, well, this is how it is and blah, 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 blah. And all you got to do is go read any new literature on the subject and you'll say, holy cow, this doctor hasn't picked up a book probably since he got out of school. Doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Thinks he does. If he was in a time machine. But their egos win. They're like, no, I know everything. I'm a doctor. I know everything. You don't know anything. I don't read or keep myself updated, but you don't know anything. We know. Well, turns out we've helped me far more than most of the doctors so far. So I'm more than happy to keep on the path that we're on. Keep searching. Keep looking for answers. Be strong. And if we can bring that strength to others, then we will share that strength.
I'm trying to rip up the dog food bag. Little shit.
Is that a different one doing it now? Come here, you. Oh, what? What? You're all feisty now? You're a feisty one now?
You gotta force her to love you.
Oh. She is got all kinds.
She has a new obsession of ripping up the toilet paper rolls.
Ooh, I smell a stinky butt. I think she's got.
What do you want me to? Ow! Scratch me.
I think she
needs to lick her butt.
I think she needs to go clean.
Yeah, she has a new obsession with ripping up the toilet paper rolls.
Yeah, keep waking up in the morning and the toilet paper is just shredded to pieces. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So one thing that I'd like to bring up is this month is Height 40 for epilepsy. I'm gonna send a link over here in the private chat, Lucky. Go ahead and I don't know how to what would be the easiest way for anybody to find it. Essentially, I gotta hike 40 miles. And when after I've hiked 40 miles, I will have accomplished my goal, and I will donate whatever is donated to me through my fundraiser page, which is the link that I just sent over. Let me see. It's crazy. And it's sad. It's sad that that's what it comes down to. But when you at least, I'm glad that she has people like you in her network, because people that are genuine and truly care, you know who those people are. There's people that care about. In fact, we've had that discussion. There's some people that are very hyper focused on their accomplishments, their goals, their whatever it is that will make them successful or succeed in getting their goals accomplished, but they're not worried about other people's goals, and their prejudices aren't the same as your prejudices. They can have whatever prejudices they'd like. You can have no prejudices besides not appreciating somebody saying prejudiced things.
Egocentric.
It's very odd. It's very odd. You can get yourself in some battles these days, and having people around that can see through the lunacy and see when people are truly who they say they are. I mean, I hope people recognize me as being genuine. I hope that people see that you get what you get. You get what you get.
There's no sugarcoating.
This
guy.
No, there is no sugarcoating. I mean, it's funny. Like I have to hold myself back on the internet, because if people were standing in front of me, the things that I would say to them are far different than what I would say on the internet, because it doesn't do anything. A lot of these people, I don't even know them personally. So if I have a problem with people, then
internet trolls are a different type of animal, though. It's like people just spout out whatever comes into their brain.
I can say and do whatever.
They would never say stuff like that to you, to your face or in public. So
I know.
The reasons why they say things is so beyond me.
Yeah, some of the things we've heard lately are just absolutely.
Like everybody's literally shut off their filter, and they just don't care about other people's feelings, or it's like all about them. It's like you're able to just sit there and live in your own soapbox for so long and online that that's what they think that everybody else thinks.
Yeah, everybody thinks just like that. Well, I tell you what, this fundraiser, 40-mile hiking challenge. Let's see, where am I at now? Let's check my pedometer for the last 3 days. I've hit level 2, and I'm at, let's see, what's my full report? 4 miles so far. I went and hiked around the beach yesterday and walked around the job site today. Oh, I took my phone out. I didn't have my phone in my pocket all day while I worked.
Really?
Imagine how many steps I would have taken today.
Probably an extra 5,000, 7,000 steps.
At least. I easily walked a good 3 miles today.
On a normal day, I walk around 5,000 steps, like a little bit over 5,000. But on like a day where I'm like working and doing stuff like what we did today, I walked close to 10,000 steps.
I'd be more than that. Today I'm at 8,000 steps or something. So that's pretty good. Pretty happy about that.
For a walk.
Yeah, now I just got to take my dog for a walk. Heck, I should just put it on her and just send her out in the backyard. Just take the phone and slide it into her collar or something, and that she runs around the yard, just sit there and throw
you're walking for epilepsy
Here,
now.
you're walking for epilepsy, dog. Woo! But yeah, I mean, $1. Anything. All I gotta do is get to 200. I'm halfway there now.
You should share it to my page, and I'll share it.
Yeah, I'll share that over, and we can share it on LinkedIn
my mom
and
will
all
share
that.
It to all her friends, and her friends will probably donate.
Yeah, and I mean, 200 is the goal, but if we pass that, that'd be fantastic. Just like anything I do, all this, like the album sales, I try and take as much of it and help out the people that help me, and then I send the rest to Epilepsy Foundation. So far, all we've done. So we just want to help. So
we raised 200 for North Carolina Epilepsy Alliance too for my birthday.
Oh yeah, we got 200 for NC Epilepsy Alliance, which is the one that's tied with the Glitchy Farms album, and so we donated 200 to them.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. So yeah, if you guys have the opportunity, I was like, I know there's something I wanted to talk about there, but I don't really count on my brain working all the time.
Well, I did wake you up mid-nap, so.
Yeah. Apparently I came home from working and that was all I had in me. That was the end of it. So I should be singing that song right there that I just pulled off. That matches it right there. But I've really enjoyed doing this one. So I'm gonna sing this song real quick for everybody's enjoyment. And if Mr. Steve, I'm not sure if he had to go and pick up Lucky Sweet Little One. So if so, hey, can you go turn that light on since I'm blind? And now I'm a glasses guy. These ones are cool because they're made to bend and mold and do all this so that I can't break them quite as bad. They like bend all over the place. So, huh? No, that one over there was fine. I just need that top light there. Hey, my other glasses are sitting in the bathroom.
You want those?
Yeah, these ones are making me very dizzy. It turns out, though I had LASIK eye surgery when I was 21, they tell you to go and get it touched up every 10 years, and I haven't even been to an eye doctor since I had it done. I don't think that's what they expected. But, I mean, I went from I couldn't see the words on the labels in front of my face to, oh, shoot. Where's my cloth, though? Here, you can come in and grab this case. Or hold on, I would. Right there. What was I just saying? My head just broke. Oh, shoot.
Turns out something.
Well, it turns out you're not supposed to wait 15 years to go see the eye doctor again.
Yeah.
And they went over my eyes, and turns out I need bifocals. So, as if I didn't feel like I was falling apart and getting old fast enough, apparently I need bifocals now. So I'm the bifocal guy. I made fun of my grandfather for so long. Oh my God, for being bald and wearing bifocals. I made fun of him so bad. Oh my God. I called him Baldy. Like that's hey Baldy. Like that was literally what I called him for many, many years. And that's like, well, paying for that there, boy. There we go. I feel more old person-y with these ones, but that's all right. That's all right. I've enjoyed playing this song. Hey, we're the bifocal friends. Yay, bifocals. So I've enjoyed doing this song ever since I started playing the guitar a few months ago. Eyeglasses, yeah, because ego issues. No, see, that's what these ones you can't see that it's a bifocal. It's one or the other, and it was $59 for the appointment, and then if you bought 2 pairs of glasses, which some of them were buy one get one free for $79, they would remove the cost of the appointment. So you'd only have to pay the $90 for the lenses plus the $70 for the thing. I got 2 pairs of glasses and my eye exam for what, $260 or something? I'm like, heck yeah. Same day. I actually had to wait till the next day to pick them up because they didn't have they didn't have enough people there to make glasses, so I had to wait till the next day for them to have enough time. But one day, less than 24 hours, that was amazing. So now I don't have to do this to look at my sheet music. I can just look at it. Isn't that amazing? I might look like a dork, but I can see. So Let's see how this goes.
It's all about the glasses.
It's all about that glass, about that glass. No contacts. Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. Well, that's not true. I've got a bed and a guitar and a dog named Bob who pisses on my floor. That's right, I've got a floor. So what? So what? So what? I've got pockets full of Kleenex and linen holes where everything that is important just seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, linoleum. Linoleum. Supports my head. Gives me something to believe. That's me on the beach side, combing the sand. Metal meter in my hand. Sporting a pocket full of change. That's me on the street with a violin under my chin. Playing with a grin. Singing gibberish. That's me on the back of the bus. That's me in the cell. That's me inside your head. That's me. That's me inside your head. All right.
Linoleum.
Well, that's not fair, Vic. You're older. Of course, you got trifocals. Oh, it's so fancy with my trifocals. Just kidding. It's all right. We're all young, and women don't age past 39. So, just for reference, Vicky is 39. So, you know what? Why not? Why don't I play one more? I've enjoyed playing this one as well, and it makes me feel good to do what it was I was trying to accomplish in the first place, was learn how to take songs and give them the Drew spin. And I'd say I don't think I could Drew spin this one anymore. I can hear her. The cat sounds like the dog running up and down the. She is just. She's galloping. Lately, she's been doing this thing where she sees something on the door frame, so she jumps up and grabs the door frame and just hangs on to the side of the door, and she like stares at you. Like, oh my gosh.
She doesn't even see anything. I think she just does it for fun.
There's nothing there. There's not like.
Because Zach
Oh
and
my
Frankie
God.
both do it too occasionally. They'll just like come up and like grab a hold of things on the side
It's
of the
so
wall.
funny though. She's like the family member who likes the wife who sits by the door while the husband goes off to sea and like watches her husband go off to sea or something, like because her brothers will go outside and then she just sits there in the doorway and, meow, meow, where are you guys going?
She doesn't try to run
And then
out.
she'll be like, do I go? And then you like look at her and she sees you look at her, she's like, ah! And she like runs off like, oh no, they're gonna see me or get me or.
I did ask her the other day. I was like, Callie, you want to go outside? And she ran right out the door. She was
Like, yeah, I
I was like, no.
Should.
Come back.
Should.
I'm convinced somebody's gonna steal her.
Yeah, she's just so darn cute. It's just she won't let anybody near her but us. So I mean, at least I don't have to worry about that.
She's afraid of strangers.
Well, I said I was gonna stop at the 1 hour mark, and look at me, 10 minutes past and about to play another song. Why not? I wanna live, I wanna give. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. It's these expressions I never give that keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. I've been to Hollywood, I've been to Redwood, I've crossed the ocean for a heart of gold. I've been in my mind, it's such a fine line that keeps me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. Keep me searching for a heart of gold. And I'm getting old. You keep me searching and I'm growing old. You keep me searching for a heart of gold. I've been a miner for a heart of gold. All right. Woo. That was fun. That was fun. It's fun to make old people music into punk rock. I think that's why I liked Screeching Weasels so much and stuff of that nature. It's
I can't wait till we move so I can put up my Screeching Weasels poster.
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Screeching Weasels poster.
That's right. The day that they came to Reggie's Tavern on 42nd. That's right. There was like nobody there, and everybody was like afraid to come to the concert, and so we ended up like talking and hanging out with the Screech and Weasel guys, and what was the other bands that were there? Oh, jeez.
I got one of their posters too, but I can't remember.
That group Creekside Adjacent or Creekwood Adjacent, I think Creekwood or Creekside Adjacent. Oh my God, were they good? Their band lead, the lead singer, the stage at Reggie's is very small, and there's not a lot of room. And their drummer had a heck of a kit, and there wasn't enough room. And so the singer basically at first was just kind of standing on the edge of the stage, you know, just really, really close to the edge. Well, then by partway through the show, he's like, heck with it. He just jumped down into the pit with everybody. And he sang inside metal right in the middle of everybody. And one of the songs they did, well, it was Pixies' Where's My Mind? Yeah, they did a heavy metal version of Pixies' Where Is My Mind. It was amazing. I've never heard that song in a version that I liked because the original it's very, very boring. I don't know how else to put it. No, I would have to. That's one of the. I don't remember. Regardless, it was fantastic. But thank you guys, everybody who come and watched today. We've truly appreciated the people that have kept up and shown support and been here. You know, every week. It's one of those things. I'm not here because I hope that someday they call me and say, Drew, we want you to be a millionaire. Really, if I can help one person every week, if one person didn't know this information that we've come across and I can pass it along to them, perfect. That's all the payment I want. If somebody wants to donate some money to me so that I can donate it to the Epilepsy Foundation, that Venmo right there, I don't even know if there's money in it. If there is, I'll just donate it. I forget I even have that thing. I even being disabled, I feel like I don't. If I didn't earn it, I don't deserve it. So I'm out here trying to earn it, and hopefully coming out and spending time with people is enough to have people believe I'm here for the right reasons, because we are. I promise you, we really care about our fellow human. I really care about everybody. If I can help people and they genuinely care to be part of everybody, because when I say everybody's stronger together, we really are. And the more of us in this group of everybody, us fearless burritos, you know, all the folks in all the other places that I hang out around. I mean, I do I co-host Miss D's show on Saturday mornings, Open Up with Miss D. In fact, she informed me that, you know, I've been doing it for about 6 weeks now, and so yeah. I'm gonna be on the header and stuff now. So I'm actually gonna say me and all that. So, you know, it's not like I even like, here, please pay me for doing such. You know, I just love getting out there. We talk about neat topics. We sing jazz music. She lets me play guitar. We have so much fun. And the people that come and be part of the group, we try to take care of them. She definitely does. She's way better at it in terms of like the internet stuff. But we truly appreciate everybody coming by and being part of our community, and coming and swimming in the tank with me. So it gets lonely in here sometimes, even when I say it's I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone, but it sure gets lonely sometimes. Sure gets lonely. Jeez, oh my, she is just on one.
Be lonely.
Oh my God, get 4 and you'll never have a sane moment again. But
shit eats dogs.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. What do you know? You're not alone. I am the Drizzle. Wishing you a fantastic week.